Every year at this time, fans across the country are abuzz at the prospect of their chosen team's seemingly unlimited potential. Any team could hoist the fabled Lombardi Trophy, and that unbridled optimism drenches even the most level-headed spectators in waves of hope. It's only after the weeks creep by that fans start to realize that their team hasn't improved much in the months since they last took the field. That cycle of dizzying expectations, crushed by cruel reality, is mirrored all too well in Madden 12. Little has changed since last year's release, and the result is an exciting, though extremely familiar rendition of America's most popular sport. Presentation has been tinkered with to more closely represent what you see on television every Sunday. Close-up shaky cams give you an intimate view of your favorite players as they parade onto the field, and robotic cheerleaders who look like they're sporting spray-on clothing dance to the delight of the frenzied crowd. The over-the-top hoopla certainly captures the excitement of a big game, though you only need to sit through one or two of these shows before they become stale. One area in which the presentation comes up woefully short is replays. Madden 12 is surprisingly inept at automatically showing off previous plays. Touchdowns and turnovers are frequently ignored, and even when they are shown, the most important bits may be cut off. This is especially troubling during online matches. You can't manually view previous plays during games, so you have to hope a spectacular effort is replayed, though that rarely happens. Football is a fast-moving sport that can be difficult to take in at times, so the lack of a well-designed automatic replay system is a detriment to understanding exactly what's going on. This and a few other problems have existed in Madden for many years. For instance, the physics of the football too often clashes with reality. Balls ricochet off players at strange angles, and it's all too common to see a battered ball get magically sucked into the hands of a running receiver. Other surreal aspects return, such as how quarterbacks can be lit up in practice, and these blemishes taint the package. Even the menus are just as sluggish as previous games in the series. Considering Madden 12 doesn't have any new modes, it would have been a good year to clean up these persistent issues, but that is sadly not the case. There have been a few small tweaks to the basic gameplay. Tackling is more realistic now. Players wrap up and drag down the ball carrier like you would expect, and this removes some of the cheap tackling present in previous releases. It's not a perfect system because the game still has trouble recognizing group efforts, and hits frequently lack the violence from the real game, but it is an improvement over last year's Madden. Franchise mode also has a few small tweaks that have a negligible impact on how your career plays out. When you enter the preseason, you cut players every week, which gives more importance to the exhibition games. Deciding between axing an up-and-coming rookie or an established veteran takes a bit of thought, so you get a glimpse of what a real coach must go through. Weapons from Madden 08 also make a return this year, albeit in a slightly different form with a new name. Players automatically earn tags based on their style of play. For instance, a wide receiver might be dubbed a deep threat or fumble prone, and that has in-game consequences. It's another small change, but at least it's fun to scroll through the menus to see what titles your players have earned. Free agent bidding has also undergone an overhaul. Now you offer contracts in real time, and the fast-paced menu navigation does lead to intense moments as you try to land the most coveted players. Madden 12 is an underwhelming entry in the long-running franchise because it offers few significant changes from last year's edition. But once you get over the feeling of deja vu, this is still an intense sports simulation. Years of tweaking have resulted in a highly realistic football game, and seeing your team come together is immensely rewarding. Building from pretender to contender against the computer is still fun, but the main appeal lies in competitive games against another player. There are so many strategies to employ that you never know how your opponent will try to attack you, which leads to volatile matches that never lack for excitement. Even though Madden 12 can be an absolute blast, it's not worth purchasing if you already own last year's edition. Many of the same flaws are still present, such as how effective scrambling QBs are, and the new features are hardly noticeable. In real life, every player eventually hits a performance wall. They can only improve for so long before they start to regress. Madden 12 is the video game equivalent to a player at the end of his career. It can still dazzle you from time to time, but it's clearly showing its age.
He's pushed out of bounds at the 29-yard line. The Vikings suffered an interception.